Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right. In today's video, I'll share with you, the Matrix, that movie. There is that scene where when Neo is walking in a simulation with Morpheus guiding him, and he's bumping into a lot of these bots or people who are all dressed up in black, and then he sees this red female. I'll speak to you about the significance of this scene in relationship to my client, because I coach and mentor a few people here and there, and some of these clients of mine are like 5 years, 6 years. I've had a relationship with them, and how it is useful for you. So watch this video and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Loy Machedo, personal branding strategist who helps people get well-paying jobs in the Middle East, specifically UAE, Dubai, and then there are parts of Canada, Australia, Europe, even US. People who are trying to migrate there, they need advice, guidance, and finally people book my services for knowing my opinion about personal or professional challenges they face. So more details are put down in the description. So I was talking to you about that movie Matrix, okay? First, I'll just kind of roughly describe the scene, if you have not seen. I doubt you haven't. So, Morpheus is Keanu Reeves' mentor, or Neo's mentor, and he takes him through this simulation for him to learn. And in this simulation, they are wearing black, and almost everybody in that simulation is walking in one particular direction, and they are all wearing black, and they are all moving straight, in one direction. And the problem is, this guy, as Neo is walking, he keeps bumping into one guy, another guy, another guy. It's like everyone is bumping into him, and he's trying to keep up the pace. His mentor, Morpheus, on the other hand, is able to walk without anyone bumping into him. So Keanu Reeves is struggling to walk when all of a sudden he sees there is this lady in bright red, a very attractive, very beautiful lady. Okay, she's wearing red lipstick, red outfit, red shoes. I think she's blonde and that. So Neo immediately, the hero, he turns around and he's looking at her, and he's completely enamored with her beauty. He's completely taken aback, and he loses his focus of looking straight and walking straight. And then Morpheus tells him, where are you looking at, or something like that. So this guy just turns, or he says, look front. So he turns, and there is that agent, the villain, right in front of him with a gun pointed right to his forehead. And suddenly, he kind of gets a shock, and suddenly everything is made to go in pause. The bots, they are no longer walking. Nobody's walking. Okay? Everyone is like, they've stopped walking. Just imagine a busy New York or Japanese street, crowded people, and nobody's walking. Everyone's like statue. So what does this scene particularly mean? Some people will say that it means, don't get distracted. Some others will say, yeah, if someone wants to distract you, they'll bring a lady in red and then they'll, terminate you or get you in trouble. But I'll give you real life applications where my clients are concerned. See, I'll give you the example of this particular guy. He's a young man. He's in his 30s. Late 30s now. He got in touch with me a couple of years ago when he was trying to break into the corporate world in a good position. So we started off the relationship in a small way, one-off coaching. Soon he started trusting the process more, and eventually he became my client for like 3 months, then slowly moved to 6 months. Now he takes my yearly coaching. Now, the only reason he would take my yearly coaching is if he saw results and if it was benefiting him. And true to the process, because he has put 100%, very committed guy, and because I've given him my best, he kept rising up the ranks. So imagine your salary is $2,000, goes to 2.5, 3, 5, okay. But now here is the problem, or the problems he faced. Every time he would climb up the ranks, he would get new distractions. And the distractions came in the form of friends, opportunities, girls, substances. I'll give you a few specifics. One was, when he was earning a lower level salary, he used to mingle around with friends who would go to coffee shops, which are not very expensive. They would go to see football matches in sports cafes, and he would eat in simple restaurants. Once his net worth started to climb up, salary, obviously the people he is hanging around with also, they changed, and I mentor them through this. So now he started hanging out in like 3-star hotels and expensive places. Obviously, the bill for this place, if you have a coffee in a small shop versus a coffee in a 3-star restaurant or 3-star hotel, much more, right? And then the places he used to hang out. Before, they would just go maybe in a shopping mall and eat something as friends. Now they were actually going to kind of premium places for parties and nightclubs where you have to pay a cover fee of $200 or $150 just to enter. Okay. He's a young man. He needs to have a few things that relax himself. He can't always be good. But I told him, be careful. And he used to always open up to me. And soon, when his salary increased to almost like double or 2.5 times or 3 times, nearly, now he was hanging out in 5-star hotels. He would go to nightclubs where the cover charge is literally either you have to be in the guest list or you have to be like a member or you have to pay $1,000 or more to enter. Girls started coming into his life from then on. A lot of women. Some of you call them gold diggers. Some of you call them like opportunists. Some of you call them expensive women. So, and obviously from a simple vehicle, he bought a expensive car, sports. Obviously girls get attracted to this, right? His outfits were now bespoke, stitched suits, and where before he used to go to shopping malls to eat food and then 3-star restaurants. Now they were actually booking holidays. Okay. Initially, I was okay with it. But one day, I told him, see, listen, I think we need to have a talk. I think we need to have a talk because now things are getting out of hand. And what do I mean by that? He was hanging around with these expensive women and spending a lot of money. Lots. Not a joke. Huh? And obviously, if you go to a 5-star hotel and you buy, let's say, a glass of scotch, it'll cost you as much as buying an actual bottle of scotch from an ordinary, liquor shop. He was going for these packaged holidays, which was good because he was, traveling the world. But when you take your girlfriend and when you stay in these expensive resorts and then you're bragging about it on social media, and obviously because of his success, his friend circle increased quite a bit. People who admire him, kiss his ass. People who are willing to throw money. They also put money, so he's also putting money. And then the day he started to tell me that they invited him for a couple of drinks, smoking, and even, drugs are also involved. Weed and all that. So that is where I told him, say, listen, we need to have a talk. We had a lengthy discussion. And lo and behold, as predicted, it was not very easy to convince him. Because now he has gone so far down the rabbit hole that temptation, once it puts its claws inside you, it's impossible to break free. So he was seriously addicted to all this. At that time, it was pretty unfortunate because we started to have this disagreement and tension between us. And I knew that he was also under the influence of substances and sex and friends. And we did have an argument. And I told him I was not just because I knew him for so many years and he was a paying client. If he didn't respect protocol and the hierarchy of being his mentor, we could call it quits. He knew better. So we took some time off. The time off resulted in nearly, I would say, 3-4 months or 5 months. Until one fine day, I told him, you'll get into trouble. Until one fine day, he finally said, sir, I need to talk to you. There is some problem. And then, obviously, when people are in trouble, they call me. So he finally called me. And what had happened was, once you get into the world of temptation, you're not the same person. He got into a fight with his boss. Ego is a big problem. Then he had a meltdown in a presentation where they were arguing, kind of a meeting. And this is primarily because of smoking, drinking, which he got introduced to. It affects your mood swings. Some people he cheated. Some people he trusted cheated him of money. The girl who he thought he was, who made him feel special, and she put a legal complaint against him, and because of which now he might end up losing his job because it's a disciplinary hearing. Someone informed that he had a police case. And then in all that stress, while driving home one day after being slightly intoxicated, he had an accident. And this has further put him into more trouble. And, this is all first time for him, so he was very, very afraid. So I asked him, are you ready to listen to me or just taking an opinion? And, he just broke down and started to cry. So I knew that he was, was really sorry for it. See, what has happened is, as you get more success, more opportunities in life, the temptations also increase. And you might be able to resist first and say, nothing is going to touch me, nothing is going to bother me. I'm better than that, stronger than that. I'm invincible. But then what happens is, okay, you succeeded. But next level, the temptation grows even more. If you, manage to overcome, like that lady in red, she becomes more seductive, more bright. And as you're passing by, like that movie Matrix, you're passing by these individuals and bumping and fighting your way to reach your destination. The system sends another sexy, beautiful girl. Maybe they'll send 2, 3. Maybe they'll send a very hot one. Maybe they'll send your biggest weakness. And the minute you take your eyes off the ball and start focusing on that female, the lady in red, the person, the agent in front of you is waiting with a gun. And you didn't see it. And that's the end. I wish I could tell you that there was a perfect ending to this guy's story. See, every action has a reaction. Everything you do has a price to pay. Unfortunately, he faced a disciplinary hearing, lost his job. Unfortunately, the girl who put all these stupid claims, she won, because of which he ended up serving a slight prison sentence. And obviously the company, when they came to know about this, they didn't want to associate with him and terminated him. And that impacted his reputation, that impacted his savings, that impacted even his relatives. Everyone, friends, everyone kept away from him. We are currently working to resurrect his career. It's not been easy. It's not been easy in the sense that once your reputation is impacted, once you have a prison sentence or jail, even for a small reason, employers are hesitant. And you know how social media is. Social media, bad news spreads faster than good news. So we, in fact, our work, the effort that we had to put doubled. He had to work on his mental strength, emotional strength, damage control. We had to shut down his social media completely. We had to figure out ways where if the company would verify his information, that they would not get in touch with someone who would give a bad review. In fact, he did get two or three job offers. But when they verified his information, they said, "We are sorry, we regret to inform you," whatever. So we are trying a lot of things. I do believe that he will find a solution. We will. Takes time. Everything takes time. And the progress right now, just to give you, because I already shared the story, he's mentally now. It took around 2.5, 3 months to get mentally strong, to rebrand himself, to start getting at least invites to interviews, and where people are able to look over the flaws and faults. Because remember, in some countries, they verify everything. And the only thing is, he's not getting the same positions as before, not getting the same packages as before, because the bigger the company, the more powerful the company, the more powerful the HR. So taking 2-3 steps back, but he's in a better place. He's away from all this so-called fake friends and girls and all that. I think the toughest part was the mental and emotional well-being, because that really takes a toll. So overall, what I want to share with you through this whole story is, just keep in mind, when you're at this level, you'll get these level challenges, these level temptations, these level, problems. Then when you move to the next level, the problems, the challenges, the competition, the fake friends, the intensity increases even more. So the higher up you go, the more dangerous, the more tougher, the more complicated it gets. And I wish there was a standard, a book where you had, like, when you're playing a game, what are the difficulty levels, what are the challenges, what are the problems you'll face. I wish there was, instructions manual of this sort. But we are born into this world without any instructions manual. We have to figure things out. And because I'm elder to him, I've seen more of life than him, made more mistakes than him, I'm able to, and yeah, obviously because I've mentored so many, I'm able to coach and guide him. And he appreciates. Overall, I do know that we will succeed, provided he's on track. But remember, the minute you take your eyes off the ball, minute you take your eyes off what is ahead of you, and you turn your head and you see that lady in red, the attractive, sexy lady walking, and you turn your head and you're focused on her, even for a split second, and that's it. When you look front, there's that agent waiting with a gun on your head, ready to shoot, and that itself will destroy you. All it takes is one mistake, whether it's an accident, whether it's you losing your emotions, whether it is losing self-control, or whether investing in the business partner. One mistake, and then you cannot you'll not be able to reverse what you just did. Anyway, I'm just glad all the effort that we put didn't go to waste, because there's still hope for this guy. So if in case you have gone through this episode in your life where you took your eyes off the ball, got distracted, you got tempted, you made a mistake, or you did something wrong, it's time to pick yourself up and say, fine, I'll give it one more try. Like that Rocky movie, one more round. Get up, just get up. Like how Mickey says, get up, you son of a bitch. Give me one more round. I didn't hear no bell. Watch that YouTube clip. It's very powerful. Alright, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Good, bad, ugly. Love to hear from you. It's me signing off. Shall you guys take care.